going up on the tuning now. Bye.
Good evening. Welcome to the graduate commencement ceremony. I'm Michael Driscoll, president of IUP. Please rise for the presentation of the colors and our national anthem, sung by Gardzala, who is graduating today with a Master of Arts in Music Performance. Ms. Gardzala will be accompanied by the Graduation Brass Ensemble, directed by Dr. Zach Collins, Professor and Assistant Chairperson of the Department of Music. Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Collins, the Graduation Brass Ensemble, and Ms. Gardzala. The presence of friends and family is what makes occasions like this one most special. Because not all can be here with us in the arena, I want to thank the families who have joined us through our webcast. Welcome. We are honored to have with us today members of the IUP Council of Trustees. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Mrs. Jennifer Baker, Mr. Tim Syka, Mrs. Lori Kuzneski, and our student trustee, Mara King. Thank you for all you do to support and advance IUP. You may be seated. I would like to introduce other members of the platform party who will not be speaking today. They are members of the President's Cabinet and various university leaders. As I call your name, please stand to be recognized, and then you may be seated. Ms. Abigail Hancox, President of the Student Government Association and member of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education Board of Governors. Dr. Deborah Fitzsimmons, Vice President for Administration and Finance. Dr. Thomas Seeger, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Patricia McCarthy, Vice President for Enrollment Management. Ms. Katme Osaran Hanna, Vice President for University Advancement. Ms. Elise Glenn, Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer and Title IX Coordinator. Ms. Paula Stossel, Strategic Advisor to the President for Student Success. Dr. Prashant Bharadwaj, Interim Dean of the Eberly College of Business. Dr. Sue Reig, Interim Dean of the College of Education and Communications. Dr. Curtis Scheib, Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities. Dr. Sylvia Geico, Dean of the College of Health and Human Services. Dr. Stephen Hoven, Dean of the Kopchik College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Dr. David Piper, Chair of the University Senate. Dr. Piper is about to retire after more years at this university than I can count and receiving 4 degrees here. David, we're honored that you have been a member of this community for so long, and I personally thank you for all of your service to our students and to our university. David, thank you. Continuing, Mr. Richard Muth, Director of Regional Campuses. Dr. Amber Ricchini, Acting Assistant Vice Provost for the University College. And last but not least, our Grand Marshal, John Pagnucci, Distinguished University Professor and Chair of the Department of English. Thank you for serving in this role, John. Please join me with one more round of applause for the platform party. I would now like to recognize our 3 University Senate Distinguished Faculty Award recipients, our 25 new professors and dean emeriti, and recipients of all past and present Distinguished University Professor Awards. Please stand and be recognized. You'll find their biographical information in your program. And now I'll ask all members of the faculty to please stand. And please join the platform party and graduates in expressing our appreciation for the contributions that the faculty has made to ensure the success of today's graduates. Thank you all. When we lose members of the IUP community, we all are deeply impacted. Let us observe a moment of silence in memory of all members of the university community to whom we have bid farewell this year. Thank you. Our student commencement speaker must reflect the highest ideals of IUP, and this evening's speaker certainly meets that criterion. Our student speaker, Ms. Danita Kelly, will graduate today as a Doctor of Education in Administration and Leadership Studies. She is a double alumna of IUP, having first received her bachelor's degree in history in 2009. As an undergraduate student, she focused heavily on advocacy, a passion that continued into her professional career. As a resident director at Dickinson State University, Danita worked predominantly with first-generation students, many of whom were part of Native populations, and worked statewide to reduce the harm done by alcohol on North Dakotan college campuses. Ms. Kelly completed her Master of Education while working at the institution formerly known as Edinburgh University. While there, she continued to advocate for others by becoming her union's campus representative. Her time there also proved to be a pivotal moment in her own educational journey. After a conversation with a former foster care student, Ms. Kelly started to wonder how universities help students from severely underserved populations like those who used to be part of the foster care system. It was this curiosity that led her back to IUP to pursue her doctorate in administration and leadership studies. Her dissertation, titled Bridging the Gap from Foster Care to College Graduate, a case study of an exemplar support program, sought to further understand how colleges and universities can help folks who have aged out of foster care, making college more accessible to this population beyond just a monetary commitment. While completing her doctorate, Ms. Kelly transitioned to working at the University of Cincinnati, where she currently serves as an area coordinator in the Resident Education and Development Office. As an area coordinator, Danita directly supervises 3 professional staff members and has oversight for approximately 2,800 residential students. Ms. Kelly's continued commitment to advocacy led her to serve on the university's staff senate, on the Human Resources and Budget Committee. She was humbled and honored to be the recipient of several department awards for inclusion and mentorship. Ms. Kelly is particularly passionate about developing student leaders and enacting meaningful change to eradicate systemic barriers to equity, inclusion, and belonging. And I'll take a presidential privilege and ask that you please join me in welcoming Dr. Danita Kelly.
Opportunity to speak with you all this evening because I remember past graduation speeches. They all had great messages, but they all ended similarly. Congratulations, you did it, or congratulations, you made it. As I mulled over what I wanted to talk about, I kept coming back to these phrases, and I had a slight issue with them. You made it or you did it didn't quite encapsulate the depth of work, effort, and time you spent working towards the degree that has you here tonight. These 2 phrases don't quite acknowledge the change that you undertook to get where you are today. It is not every day that you have to change. However, when I think about the world we now live in, it has changed so much. How we greet people has changed, how we defend dissertations have changed, how we move through the world has just changed. Our lives have been altered so much over the past few years, and change has been at the center of it. We've either had to change in order to move forward, or be stuck as change is forced upon us. When talking about change, we often hear about, there's a lot of feedback, sorry. When talking about change, we often hear about the impact that a specific change has had on a person. How many of you have heard the phrase that situation changed that person? Or this situation will change your life? I mean, I know I have. While these phrases are understandable, they can negate some of the work that has been done by the individual to change or to accept that change. For instance, I'm a product of a single-parent home from North Philly. Hi, Mama. And when I was younger, money was very tight, and sometimes our living situation was dire. What I heard in school often was, living like that changes a person. This was often in reference to my schoolwork or my demeanor while in school. That phrase negated me as an individual with the power to do something. I couldn't change the amount of money coming into the household. I couldn't change where we were living, but I could change how I approached school. And as my home life got rougher, my grades improved every year. This was because I knew my situation was dire, and I knew the only way to get out was through education. I knew that I had to change to make sure that I didn't become the classic statistic that plagued a lot of women from the neighborhood I grew up, which was not completing school. I had decided to change, to adapt to my surroundings, to give myself a chance. I changed for me. I didn't let my situation change me. And fellow graduates, that is what I want you to think about. I want you to remember how you changed to fit your situation instead of letting the situation change you. Embarking on a graduate degree is not easy, but to complete that degree requires you to attend class differently, to take notes differently, and when faced with a dilemma, either change or be successful, and to face a dilemma, either change or be successful or stay put. And all of you sitting here today made the conscious choice to change. So I implore you to not just accept that you did it or that you made it. Consider this: you earned it. You earned this degree. No one can take that from you. In a few short moments, we're going to get called to the stage to accept the honor we have earned. So take this time to, straighten out your gown, right? Fix your cap or your tam, your chin up, shoulders back, and remember that you earned your place upon this stage. You earned whatever is next, and you will continue to earn the things you want because you know what is needed to accomplish your goals. And I know you will continue to change in order to get what you want. Congratulations, class of 2023. You earned this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Scully. Let's give her another round of applause. My name is Tim Syka. I'm a member of the IUP Council of Trustees, and it is my great honor to introduce the 2023 IUP Honorary Degree recipient, Bonnie Anderson. Distinguished alumni of IUP, businesswoman, leader in transformative and strategic global healthcare, consultant, volunteer with a career spanning more than 40 years in regulated diagnostics and life science markets. Ms. Anderson has demonstrated amazing achievements in the business field despite not having a degree in business. From managing her own startup and molecular diagnostic company, she conquered new worlds as the co-founder and chief executive officer of Verilight, a molecular diagnostic company that helps with early cancer diagnosis and the reduction of expensive and unnecessary procedures. After graduating from IUP in 1980 with a bachelor's degree in medical technology, Ms. Anderson worked for 4 years in hospital laboratories before being recruited into a diagnostic equipment sales, where she built an impressive career in healthcare diagnostics and life science markets. She has directed both early-stage businesses as well as mature global enterprises. After spending 8 years in executive leadership positions at Beckman Collier and a global company in healthcare, she led the company's marketing, leading cellular analysis franchise, and hematology and flow cybertomography. I've practiced that word 3 times and I'm still not getting it. And as vice president of the entrepreneurial startup and immunogenomics operations, she successfully positioned the company in the novel Terramar technology as a vehicle for drug and vaccine developers to monitor immune response. As a former member of the Board of Trustees of Heck Graduate Institute of Applied Sciences, Ms. Anderson contributed to the education of future life science leaders for the industry for more than 10 years. The title she has held, the awards she has received, speak volumes of her commitment to helping others and her devotion to making our world a better place. The roads she has taken as a woman, as a leader, as a citizen of the world are testament that anything is possible for those that aspire to learn, serve, and lead at the highest levels. She has always led by example, showing grace under pressure, compassion, integrity, and honor. We are grateful for her continued passion for and commitment to her alma mater and to her dedication to a leading transformative change in the world. It is my honor and privilege to recognize Bonnie Anderson for her outstanding achievements and steadfast loyalty to her alma mater.
By recommendation of the University Senate and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Trustees of the Indiana University of Pennsylvania and the Board of Governors of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education, I confer upon Dr. Bonnie Anderson the degree of Doctor of Science with all the rights, duties, and privileges pertaining thereto. And I present you with this diploma bearing the university seal.
Thank you.
Oh, I am truly deeply honored and humbled standing here before you all today. And it's such a remarkable achievement to be given this honorary degree for my life's work. I want to thank President Driscoll, members of the Council of Trustees, members of the President's Council, members of the University Senate, Dr. Stephen Hoven for submitting my nomination and candidacy, and my wonderful family for all of their support, including my two sisters that are here with me tonight. Over 20 years ago, I walked into campus as part of a very small select group of students, 20 I believe in total. I think that was over 40 years ago, by the way. I'm trying to youngen myself up. Who would pursue a unique Bachelor of Science degree in medical technology. This degree would prepare me to enter the medical profession, which had been a dream of mine since I was a small girl growing up right here in Indiana, Pennsylvania. As you all sit here today as graduates, proud, excited to move on from college and campus life, imagining all of your own career aspirations with your chosen field of study at IUP, let me tell you, dream big. The unimaginable career opportunities can come your way, just like they did for me. From a hospital laboratory technician job, I was lured into the business world to join the industry that created and developed the technology that laboratorians used. This happened after only 5 years of working in my field. From my first startup that was aimed at identifying patients at risk for thrombosis, which is often fatal, I became enamored with the world of diagnostic medicine. This is the backbone of identifying, preventing, treating, and curing disease. Our role would shape the future of medicine, and I'm here to tell you that that has actually, in fact, been done. The most profound example has been what we have all experienced in recent years, probably everyone in this room, that the diagnosis of COVID-19 was critical for fundamental testing that led to freeing, safe, and a back-to-school change in all of our lives. I spent most of my career in cancer diagnosis. Again, I would expect that cancer has touched everyone sitting here today. But with an early and accurate diagnosis, cancer, in fact, can be cured. This visionary concept inspired me to start a company 15 years ago that has impacted millions of patients today all over the world. VeriSight started as an idea that involved the use of cutting-edge genomic technology, often called NGS, or next generation sequencing, which would allow us to test thyroid nodules and determine whether the patient had cancer or not. This test was rapidly adopted because our accuracy allowed young thyroid patients, often in their 30s or 40s, without cancer, to avoid having their thyroids removed in surgery to find out after the fact that they actually did not have cancer. From there, we expanded the company to develop tests for lung cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, bladder cancer, and interstitial lung disease, which is also often fatal. We became a global enterprise, and today the company is thriving and impacting the lives of patients all over the world without me. After transitioning from the founder and CEO role, I hired my successor to finally retire. My plan was to travel the world and experience everything that had been building up on my husband's bucket list that got pretty long during all those years of me building VeriSight. However, when he contracted and passed away from COVID, I realized I was not ready to pursue those travel dreams alone. So now I'm at it again. Why not start another company? This time, I'm focusing on women's health. We hope to bring solutions to market that will greatly reduce the diagnostic odyssey of nearly 2 million women every year in the US alone that experience abnormal bleeding and have no idea whether their reproductive system has cancer or not. It feels good to be closing my career, I'm sure this time, on a topic that I'm passionate about and one that has had significant impact to women at every walk of life. Many underserved ethnicities have a 30% higher rate of dying from these cancers than white women do. Why do I share all this? Well, it's to leave you with a few points of wisdom that I've learned on this long journey through life and careers, the ups, the downs, the failures, and the successes. And that's this. Number one, many paths can lead to your fulfillment and therefore your success. All that matters is your definition, not anyone else's. Life and careers are a journey. You need to learn to enjoy the ride and the walk through life. You have control over the decision to be doing every day what you love. Great success will come to you then. And dream really big. Always keep your eyes and steps on how you can navigate into the future and not look at the decisions in the past that you cannot change. I wish you all much success, much fun, much fulfillment in any and all of your choices from this day forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson, and again, congratulations. Now, I would like to introduce our 2022-2023 Distinguished University Professor, Dr. Shi Wong.
Thank you, Dr. Driscoll. I'm deeply honored to be invited to address the graduating class of 2023. First, please allow me to offer my heartfelt congratulations to all graduates who have successfully completed your studies and IUP. Joining us today are your families and friends whose love and support have critically contributed to your success. They certainly deserve your gratitude, but it is you who are the real heroes who have lived up to their expectations. So your milestone achievement deserves to be honored by all of us. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all of you. I want to thank you for having given us, the faculty and IUP, the opportunity to assist you in your pursuit of graduate education. A modern university is a complex institution, but at its core, it is composed of three bodies: the students, faculty, and the staff that operate under the leadership of its administrations. While the faculty and staff are indispensable, it is the student body that has given a university the very reason for its existence. IUP is no exception. Beginning as a modest college, about 150 years ago, IUP has now grown into a sizable and reputable institution that has attracted the students and the faculty of diverse backgrounds from all over the world, including myself. Who has made the IUP grow? I would argue it is the student. It is your presence, attending a lecture in a Leonard Hall, working on a science project in a science lab, conducting group discussions in the Stapleton Library, and performing in facial auditorium or competing sports here in the Kovacic Center or Miller Stadium, or voice your opinions through the annual chalk on the wall in the Oak Grove that has given the university its vitality and energy. For us, the faculty, your curiosity is the source of our inspirations. Your questioning expands our intellectual horizons. Your participation has helped us to improve what we do. In other words, it is your desire to learn, together with your rightful expectations of receiving a quality education at IUP, that has made our calling sacred and respectful. For that, I want to say thank you. I'm particularly proud of you, the class of 2023, because you have overcome an enormous challenge in your 4 years at IUP. The COVID-19 pandemic, which struck shortly after you entered the IUP, had interrupted your lives and dismantled your original plans. For 2 years, you struggled to adjust to the new mode of learning, meeting your professors and peers online, completing your assignments through D2L, which sometimes had difficulty to be connected, but you never gave up, never. I have kept many emails written by my students during the pandemic years, each telling a story of resilience and creativity. One student from my History 196 class thanked me for posting recorded lectures on D2L because she could watch the lectures during the lunch break and work. My student, Anne Gamble, who is a political science major, is graduating today, told me that among her peers, there was a visible widespread urgency about making up for the time lost during the previous semesters. I myself felt that urgency. But what I remember most was the moment of human reconnections when we resumed normal teaching without wearing face masks. One day, I walked into my classroom without realizing that since the beginning of the semester, that my students and I would be facing each other face to face without masks. So for about 10 seconds, we looked at each other, completely freezing and speechless, as if we were mutually looking at some alien species from outer space. I feel so much in love with what I do and IUP. Both my appreciation for my students and my sense of obligation to them instantly were doubled. Each generation has its own challenges. For the founders of the American nation, their biggest challenge was to create a new republic that would survive among the empires and the kingdoms. For the Civil War generation, its most daunting task was to make every American, black and white, red and brown, man and woman, truly and completely free. For the Americans who lived through the 20th century, each of the challenges ranging from the Great Depression, World War II, and the long civil rights struggle for racial justice tested their faith in democracy and their commitment to equality for all. Now, it is our turn to confront new challenges, of which the COVID-19 was just part of it. In the first 2 decades of the 21st century, we have already encountered September 11th, severe climate change, and the fierce geopolitical rivalry abroad, and the deep ideological ruptures at home, just to name a few. But we will neither fear nor escape challenges. We must arise with the occasion. As Abraham Lincoln said long ago, we must think anew and act anew. In fact, dealing with the challenges has been in the DNA of the American people, individually and collectively. Just like the Americans of the 19th century must decide whether they wanted to give the country a new birth of freedom, our generation of the 21st century must decide whether we want to continue the American experiment, striving for a more perfect democracy to be enjoyed by all in a multiracial and a multicultural nation. I trust you, the graduates, have the courage to embrace that challenge. I believe you, with your IUP education, have the competence and the skills to meet that challenge, because I've seen how deeply you have cared about the country, how genuinely you have supported one another. I'm sure that you will not just do well, but will bring glories and honors to IUP, your alma mater. Once again, congratulations, good luck with everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wong. In a lasting tradition that continues today, the music program has always been a core strength of IUP. Its ensembles have toured internationally. Please enjoy a musical selection performed by the Graduation Brass Ensemble. They will play Kenneth Baird's Fanfare.
investment and a great achievement. As with all things of great value, earning your degree requires vision, dedication, great effort, and sacrifice. We are so very, very proud of you. Your advanced degree from IUP shows the world that you set and met your educational goals and that you are able and ready to do great things. The world needs IUP graduates. We have high expectations of you, but we know that you will not only meet them, but exceed them. It's what Crimson Hawks do. While your successes will be your own, your achievements will reflect brightly on IUP. Thank you in advance for bringing honor and pride to your alma mater now and into the future. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I urge you to keep raising the bar for your own expectations. When you encourage yourself, when you challenge yourself to be better, to be more mindful, and to be more creative, you are challenging everyone around you to achieve more. That's teamwork and leadership at its best. I wish you great personal and professional success. And now it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Hillary Creeley, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Research.
Congratulations to our graduates, and welcome family members, friends, colleagues, and guests of honor. Attaining your graduate degree is going to change the rest of your lives in very positive ways. The degree you earn today will have a ripple effect, beginning with you and extending to others, your communities, and your workplaces. I humbly offer some advice. Take what you've learned today and in your careers at IUP and use these things to improve the quality of life for others. Make a difference. Be important in the life of another. Don't ever accept the second best version of yourselves. Most important of all, try to be a better person tomorrow than you were today. I wish you good luck and good fortune as you continue your lifelong journey.
Thank you, Dr. Creeley. I now ask Dr. Creeley to preside over the conferring of degrees. Dr. Luke Kahans, the trustees, and Ms. Hancox will join us in greeting candidates as they process across the stage.
Doctoral degree candidates, please rise. President Driscoll, I have the honor to present these candidates for Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Psychology.
Thank you, Dean Creeley. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Trustees of Indiana University of Pennsylvania and the Board of Governors of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education, and on recommendation of the faculty and graduate dean, and subject to completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the doctoral degree with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. As a testament to this accomplishment, you will receive a doctoral hood, which signifies your attainment of this advanced degree. You may now come forward. Graduates, you may be seated until the marshal releases your row.
Denita Elise
Marianella D. Davis. The use of communication strategies and interactional resources in secondary school Spanish classrooms in Pennsylvania. Chaired by Dr. Susan Seibert. Amy Renee Burns Cook, an investigation of institutional characteristics as predictors of success in a state university system, chaired by Dr. David Piper. Michelle Fuller, an African-American narrative of underrepresentation in academia, strategies to secure and sustain fulfilling faculty careers, chaired by Dr. David Piper. Charlie B. Dohamidi, Immigration Attitudes in America. Do college students view immigrants as criminals? Chaired by Dr. Jonathan Cooper. Roger L. Briscoe II. Academic outcomes of second-year college students. A qualitative exploration of relationships between mental health and physical activity. Chaired by Dr. Deanna Laverick. Lauren Elizabeth Murphy. Classroom management, self-efficacy of novice middle school teachers. Chaired by Dr. Deanna Laverick. Janet Marie Brady Pasley Clark. Curriculum building, nursing mental health professionals, self-report of knowledge, attitudes, and challenges of recovery-oriented care. Chaired by Dr. Laura Ramatic. Janice Berner. Chaired by Dr. Laura Ramatic. Melanie Ann Roheli, stakeholders' perceptions of family engagement messages in a Head Start program, chaired by Dr. Jacqueline McGinty. Hanin Haifa, the relationship between forecast information quality and performance, the role of inventory management cost as a mediating variable, chaired by Dr. Prashant Bharadwaj. Kevin Edward Lota, novel supply chain risk mitigation, a prospect theory perspective, chaired by Dr. Ramesh Soni. Mahasagar Ramadan, consumers' perspectives of the omni-channel retailing environment, determinants and outcomes of omni-channel retailing synergies on customer experience and patronage intention, chaired by Dr. Farmaz Dharamji. Hind Mutasab, capital structure, earnings management, and audit quality, evidence from Palestinian-listed companies, chaired by Dr. Veronica Paz. Sarah McDowell Shupp, Black college students' narratives, experiences in student conduct programs at predominantly white institutions, chaired by Dr. Julie Ankrum. Chris Simone, Employee Mitigation, chaired by Dr. John Lipinski. Lisa Westrick Sirkovich. How and why veteran teachers persevere, a phenomenological study, chaired by Dr. Crystal Machado. Manar Abu Sabah. E-leadership in West Bank Palestinian higher ed institutions during crises, chaired by Dr. Kenneth Bowl. Bara Youssef Asfour, the relationship between management commitment, psychological empowerment, and job performance among employees in higher ed in Palestine, West Bank, chaired by Dr. John Lipinski. Rula Abdul Razek Jarar, HRM role in the Palestinian organizations, the effect of ability, motivation, opportunity, enhancing practices on organizational performance, chaired by Dr. Kenneth Bowl. Lubna Hussein Shuki, the relationship between performance appraisal systems and employee job satisfaction in higher ed institutions in Palestine, chaired by Dr. John Lipinski. Abdul Karim Radi Alanazi. Experiences of nonprofit sector leaders in managing an effective collaboration with the public sector in Saudi Arabia, chaired by Dr. Christian Vaccaro. Stacy A. Stark. Exploring multiple stakeholder experiences of healthcare, opportunities for intervention and change to improve outcomes for people with mental illness, chaired by Dr. Beth Mabry. Kyle Troy Smith, The Queero's Journey, chaired by Dr. Michael Sell. Heather J. Uphold, adventure-based counseling with combat veterans, experiences, perceptions, and its impact on mental health symptomology, chaired by Dr. Holly Branthuber. Abdullah Moran, financial sustainability of water sectors in Palestine. Gregory Joseph Davis, Defining DIY, a cultural study of 3 Pennsylvania do-it-yourself music scenes, chaired by Dr. Zachary Stiegler. Karen Makita, Achievement Motivation Among Generation Z Nursing Baccalaureate Students, chaired by Dr. Megan Robb. Patrick Brendan Bainey, the effects of course delivery on student engagement during and after COVID-19, chaired by Dr. James Lenz. Maribel Villegas Green, a narrative inquiry of rural EL teachers' lived experiences, teaching Latino ELs in South Georgia, chaired by Dr. Gloria Park. Puja Bhatia Narang, navigating the complexities of PhD, academic literacy, and discourse socialization of L2 international doctoral students in the United States, chaired by Dr. Gloria Park. Awayanji Leopold Ebenezer Yonfun, Beninese high school English teachers, prior English writing experiences, implications for teaching writing in English, chaired by Dr. Gloria Park. Nicole Irene DiCoto, The Disappearing Act, investigating persistence in the composition classroom, chaired by Dr. Bryna Siegel-Feiner. Hind Abdullah Al-Sheri, an exploratory case study of the writing centers in Saudi Arabia, chaired by Dr. Dana Driscoll. Wengxi Kui, Transfer Across Media, Learning Transfer in Digital Mediated Multimodal Writing in First Year Composition, chaired by Dr. Dana Driscoll. Omar Ahmed Yaqub, undergraduate STEM students, ways of transferring prior knowledge, exploring disciplinary and individual knowledge domains, chaired by Dr. Dana Driscoll. Megan Heiss, transmodal zine making with resettled refugee youth, chaired by Dr. Matthew Vetter. Isabel Vivian Karlskind, camping rhetoric, identity performance in the public eye, chaired by Dr. Matthew Vetter. Larry T. Sugasaki, community college writing teacher experiences, knowledge, beliefs, and training needed for proper accommodation of students with learning disabilities, chaired by Dr. Matthew Vetter. Samantha L. Case, using a human factors approach to examine vessel collisions, elisions, and groundings in the U.S. marine towing industry, chaired by Dr. Luz Stella Marin Ramirez. Carrie Lynn Davidson, evaluation of employees' perceptions of the effectiveness of organizational COVID-19 safety practices and workplace policy changes using the total worker health approach, chaired by Dr. Luz Stella Marin Ramirez. David Leo Renz, workers' perception of leader intelligence, safety climate, and safety participation in the oil and gas extraction industry, chaired by Dr. Luz Stella Marin Ramirez. Sahar Fatih Al-Shubaki, feminist interventions in contemporary American Palestinian literature by women writers, chaired by Dr. Susan Comfort. Rachel D.K. Nuagaba, a qualitative study of the mentoring relationships and the impact on retention among counselor ed and supervision doctoral students, chaired by Dr. Kimberly Desmond. Shala Sharid Darwin, school counselors' experiences with supervision, exploring perceptions of professional identity self-efficacy, and professional competence, chaired by Dr. Sybil West. Monica Elizabeth Call, professional identity development among first-year doctoral students in counselor ed and supervision, a qualitative investigation, chaired by Dr. Brittany Pollard-Kosadowski. Christopher Thomas Clark, how districts are navigating the challenge of meeting the needs of students with disabilities during a pandemic, chaired by Dr. Deanna Laverick. Feroz Kaiser Kasi, meta-analysis of the effects of mobile apps interventions on second language learners, chaired by Dr. Daniel Wissinger. Jeffrey Michael Santacola, agritourism and educational resources, diversifying farm revenue in Indiana County, Pennsylvania, chaired by Dr. Daniel Wissinger. Molly E. Bernowski, attitude changes toward people who committed sex offenses, impact of person first, language, empathy, and humanization, chaired by Dr. Anson Long. Richard Taylor Stevens, the world is flat. Vaccines are dangerous, and they're all out to get you. Examining conspiracy mentality and inoculation, chaired by Dr. John Andrew Mills. Courtney Louise Baer, efficacy of the homework organization and planning skills interventions to improve internalizing difficulties of students, chaired by Dr. Courtney Leone. Sophia Goldsberg, what else are we missing about the association between social media, personality, and psychopathology, chaired by Dr. Stephanie Davis. Evelyn G. Wynn, Black Girls Rising, the representation of black girls and black girlhood in Toni Morrison's 20th and 21st century novels, chaired by Dr. Veronica Watson. Asma Ali Abdullah Alamaru, confronting the shadow side to heal the black self. Southern black female writers theorize blackness, love, beauty, and spirit, chaired by Dr. Veronica Watson. Arwa Walid Al-Badr, home and belonging in contemporary American women's literature after 9/11, chaired by Dr. Christopher Orchard.
Please join me in congratulating our new doctoral degree recipients. Dr. Creeley, please present the candidates for Postmaster's Degree of Education Specialist in School Psychology.
Thank you, President Driscoll. All recipients of Education Specialist, please rise. I have the honor to present these recipients of Postmaster's Degree in School Psychology.
Thank you, Dean Creeley. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Trustees of Indiana University of Pennsylvania and the Board of Governors of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education, and on recommendation of the faculty and graduate dean, and subject to completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the postmaster's degree with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. You may now come forward.
Ready? Megan Fitzgerald.
Dr. Creeley, please present the candidates for the Master of Arts, Business Administration, Education, and Science degrees.
Thank you, President Driscoll. All recipients of Master of Arts, Business Administration, Education, and Science, please rise. I have the honor to present these recipients of master's degrees in academic disciplines in graduate studies.
Thank you, Dean Creeley. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Trustees of Indiana University of Pennsylvania and the Board of Governors of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education, and on the recommendation of the faculty and graduate dean, and subject to the completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Science, or Master of Business Administration. You may come forward. You may be seated until the marshal releases you to process to the stage.
Angela Carolyn Townsend. Cecilia Weiss. Abigail Grace Ginter. Chungwai Yu. Autumn Lynn McDonald. Ashlyn Dawn Mundy. Huck. Tyra Lee Paisley. Caitlin M. Pike. Colin Schultz. Samantha Elaine Short. Lindsay Tuttle. Meghna Babu. Alexa Karen Hawk. Darren Gregory Dietz. Fabian Fuchs. Jacqueline Diane Rome. Colin McIsaac. Matthew Dale Clark. Noah Frederick. Allison Lynn Brownlee. Matthew Gintart Tomlin. Araceli Bahena Ortiz. Oliwatoyin Alaba. Halima Sadia Abubayar. Kyle William Kubico. Andy Buxton. Michael Shaner. Janish Vijay Porwal. Mohit Ravikumar. Harshit Chawla. Ankita Singh. Tirtha Praveen Erankieri. Anisha Sanjay. Vishnav Raju Prasanna Raju. Oluwato Bailoba A. Akintola. David Jenkins Jackson. Carly Park. William Christopher Taylor. Arikul Huck. Jay Garzala. April Brianne Flowers. Kaylee Marie Shepard. Brianne Caitlin Miller. Justin Walter Liu. Bennett Nestle. Pia Elizabeth St. Pierre. Kayla Marie Mikesell. Mark Vukotic. Samantha Jo Feigard. Cecilia Angeline Martz. Matthew Grayo. Christina Nieves. Abria Imani Joy Darda. Matthew Christopher Van Etten. Nathan Michael Rowling. Brianna Marie Ebright. Macy Juliana Cantor. Ahmed Ali Ali. Saria Sophia Steigerwald. Cassidy Michelle Zandier. Sierra Marie Henderson. Mackenzie Taylor Mead. Allison Christine Appleman. Miles Majersic. Richard E. Tovolsky. Abby Caroline Furman. Sky D. Simone. Casey Belly Sharik. Casey Lene McKeel. Leah Diane Nardozo. Brandon Gregory Boyer. Edward Seaburn Williams. Robin Horvath. Caitlin Louise Borgo. Elizabeth Rangione. Maria Clara Gracia Agudelo. Michelle Lauren Lopez. Megan Florence McHale. Katrina Homovich. Colin Jacob Jordan. Devon Jamal Brown. Grace Kerr. Carolyn Kirchitag. Ashley Nicole Renzi. Nicholas Lancaster. Evan Breesy. Maurice C. House Jr. Shane Matthew Stauffer. Kayla Dominique Higgins. Yamini Kurapati. Sai Rishit Kumar Malineni. Shondale L. Jones, Jr. Manshela Valentine. Jordan Janae Carter. Nicole Orgerman. Bonnie Jane Clark. Yazan Carey. Abrielle Lynn Okapal. Melanie Rachel Kachmar. Marina D. Machina. Heidi Lynn Newman. Isabella Page Epperly. Emily S. Lambert. Hemanta Dakal. Emily Catherine Rouser. Raylin Guzman Rufus. Michaela Artemis Dokos. Danielle Ann McCormick. Sierra K. Orchowski. Skyla Lynn Decker. Gina Marie Basile. Megan Elizabeth Grant. Sydney Marie Lingenfelter. Seth Eli Gardner. Eric Barker. Angela Marie Dell. Courtney Milstead. Lise Hartman. Tina Hanlon. Ruth Spanka. Ashley Christine Sifone. Nicholas Anthony Lang. Kimberly A. Sarnowski. Shannon Marie Swallow. Nicole Amelia Heights. Joseph Robert Altman. Renee Alexa Sharon. Julia Joan Buggy. Sarah Jo Remington. Bailey Prim. Marina Nicole Mihalik. Marianne Nanette Summerford. Alexa Gian Pianta. Benjamin Adam Wilcox. Jack Henry Herring. Jared A. Swansboro. Cassie Elizabeth Dippold. Taylor Ann Jackson. Casey Lynn Erder. Kaylee Marilyn Sapeski. Brooke Nicole Posler. Emily Nicole Barron. Michaela Leidick. Emily Elizabeth Duhang. Margaret Reardon. Elizabeth Marie Laird. Zachary Ryan Black. Arthur Emil Townsend. Lucian Xavier Nicosia. Kathleen Nicole Gardner. Natalie Komoskova. Ashlyn Meany. Laura Dunarova. Carrie-Ann Nicole Savage. Tegan Ashley McCune. Jennifer Ann Fox. Ashley Jordan Nagel. Michaela Hardy. Bridget Cecilia Roddy. Caitlin Joy Freeborough. Emily Catherine Cruzan. Ashley Ellen DeBerry. Kelvin J. Buggy. Troun Lee. Idoya Huerta Gallardo. Deanna Westry. George Christopher Hedgedus. Brandon Martin Garcia. Paige Mackenzie Beatty. Brianna Herr. Raymond Jacob Kleckner. Ann Matarisi. Kayela N. Yisrael. Leah Malavite. Olivia J. Vanek. Kevin J. O'Toole. Sinti Sasai. Ashley Marie Matsi. Rekha Shankrapa Karjol. Jaswant Subramanyam Sethi. Brendan Gregory Cox. Jackson Butchergrass. Shreya Ramesh. Sierra Suzanne Carnes. Frank Owusu. Morgan Cheyenne Wells. Vineet Tamineni. Venkata Revant Reddy Rakala. Dikshita Murali. Ranjit Kuduri Ramappa. Abhishek Diwakar. Matthew Varghese. Gunasekar P. Michael Carlos Fleming Brown. Jacob Thomas Ulmer. Subareddy Gulu Guluri. Viravardan Andela. Samyama Malesh. Kartik Babu Deepak. Kartik Shivappa. Prashid Kavarappa Mayanda Surendra. Mark Trevor Rajan. Sohan Ravi Kumar. Simran Mangalchand Mohan. Vanessa Bauer. Sai Dilip Kumar Reddy Kanchar. Anshuman Naik. Pranati Chandrasekhar. Tanya Giri. Lalit Gyanoji Rao. Ashutosh Pradeep. Naviyush Vijay Krishna Siddhartha Nirukonda. Madhumitar Ravikran Shankar. Brian John Stahl. Nitish Kumar Buduguta Venkatesulu. Daniel Wayne Eldred.
How about another round of applause for our graduates? Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Heather Reed, a member of the IUP Alumni Association Board of Directors, to welcome our new graduates to the association.
On behalf of the IUP Alumni Association Board of Directors, I welcome each and every one of our new graduates as members of the IUP Alumni Association. The congratulatory gift you received from the association is a reminder that you share this wonderful university with about 150,000 alumni who crossed this stage before you. You have been and always will be members of the IUP community, but today, your membership status has changed. Continue to be proud. Among our alumni are prominent journalists and policymakers, college presidents, CEOs of large corporations, owners of small businesses, inventors, scientists, educators, award-winning artists and musicians, clergy, Army generals, and experts who care for the health and well-being of people, families, and communities. IUP alumni are known for taking what they have experienced here and making a better world. This university is yours. Without my degree and experience at IUP, I would never have earned my dream job as the executive director of the IRMC Healthcare Foundation. Never give up. Always keep pursuing your passion and your dreams. As you embark on your life's next journey, please remember that your relationship with IUP is symbiotic. You needed the university, and it needs you. Always, always, always remember where you came from and that you can come home again. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. We are now at the point in the ceremony when the graduates have the opportunity to pay tribute to those people who helped make this moment a reality for them. Would the parents, spouses, children, other family members, sponsors, and friends of our graduates please stand so that the graduates may show their appreciation with a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. I have a feeling we haven't congratulated the graduates quite enough this evening. So let's give it up one more time for these incredible new graduates of IUP. Thank you. I would like to offer special thanks to all who participated in the ceremony and the many, many people behind the scenes, and those working in video and sound production to allow for friends and family members to view from locations all over the world. I also extend my appreciation to the ROTC Color Guard. Thank you all. I would now ask that you please rise for the alma mater and the retiring of the colors. The alma mater is performed by the Graduation Brass Ensemble and led by vocalist Jay Garzdala. Please remain in your places until the platform party has recessed.